And the fact that we think that is normal now just shows us how much propaganda and bullshit that we've been served to be like, this is the way. We all have brain illnesses that need drugs. It's madness.
So this is a perfect segue then. You're describing, so treat the root causes, right? That's what you're describing, the actual root causes. But for the longest time, the argument was that the root cause was the serotonin theory of depression, which it's been debated for a long time. But in particular, Joanna Moncrief in 2022 put out this huge umbrella study, which showed no consistent evidence supporting the idea that depression is caused by some sort of up and down dysregulation of serotonin. So that is not the root cause, but I would love to hear what your thoughts are on that umbrella study, because it really plays into a lot of what you're describing here.
That theory came from back in the 1950s when we gave iproniazid. It was a tuberculosis drug to people in the hospital. They became energized. They started to move. The doctors investigated iproniazid. It turns out it boosted monoamines, which are dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. And so someone in a pharmaceutical company said, well, maybe, anxiety and depression is caused by, low monoamines and serotonin, and, voila, the chemical imbalance myth is born. But, the other way you could have looked at that was just that this is like a drug like alcohol or cocaine or methamphetamine, and it's just energizing people, or it's blunting them, or it's helping them sleep. It's having a drug effect. But that wasn't a commercially helpful message. The idea of, it's actually something wrong in your brain, like a diabetic who has a damaged pancreas that doesn't secrete insulin. And, now we're going to give them insulin. That's like a better narrative to sell to someone that, hey, we're going to increase your brain chemistry back to normal because you have a medical problem.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, rather than like, oh, here, take this drug. It's going to mask your symptoms. And so that doesn't sell. People intuitively don't like that. So the other narrative took off because it had all of these commercial things. So that umbrella review, it doesn't find that. They end up looking at, I think they review all of the evidence for this, because people have been looking for, normal / abnormal, like serotonin levels in the brain. Like they stick needles into the cerebral spinal fluid, they draw it out, they look at the metabolites in there, and they go, no difference between depressed and non-depressed. They take chronically depressed individuals who have committed suicide, and they do autopsies, and they take slices of their brain, and they look at the receptors in different areas, and they compare them to healthy controls, non-depressed people, and they go, when we stain this tissue, there's no difference in serotonin receptors. Okay, that's interesting.